Hey everyone, back again with another 3D printer maintenance video. As a general hobbyist, I don't put a lot of hours on my printer like professional print farm would. However, I print a lot of small things, mostly circuit boards or car parts that I design in FreeCAD. As such, I purchase my filament from multiple vendors based on sales, particular color or style that I need, some of questionable quality control. And as such, the printhead can get clogged over time. Conducting a cold pull as part of your maintenance can stop a disaster before it happens, because when those disasters do occur, they're absolutely horrific. So we're going to jump right into the cold pull procedure on this P1P or P1S printer. Let's get started. I'll point out that this will also work on the X1 series, but the menu options will look different. The AMS won't be involved in this procedure, and nor will the sidecar. I'll be using clear PLA as my working filament. If I didn't have that, I would use white or the brightest color I had. We'll get this top cover out of the way, putting it off to the side. With the printer powered off, I'll move the head into the center position. The front cover fan is secured by magnets. I simply pull it away. It's held on by that topmost connector, which I carefully remove with my fingernail. And now this is put off to the side as well. We'll now release the PTFE tube from the printhead by pulling gently up on the tube while pushing down on the connector, and put this tube off to the side and out of the way. At this point, we're ready to apply power to our printer. Once the printer is at the main screen, we'll continue. I'll cut myself a length of PLA, knowing that it's got to be long enough as some of it's going to be consumed by the printer, and some of it I'm going to need to work with my hands from the top of the printhead. So about that much. On the main menu, we see we're currently at room temperature with a 0-degree setting. We will then hit the menu button down to bring us to this menu here. Pressing the button to the right once will take us to the printhead temperature. Now highlighted, I hit OK. Off to the right, a display appears. We'll be pushing the up arrow to increase it in 10-degree increments all the way to 220. At that point, we'll hit the OK button to lock in those settings. And immediately on the screen, we see the new temperature posted and the printhead temperature starting to rise quickly. Right over here is where we'll be monitoring our status. And as it heats up, residual filament drops through due to gravity. This is just fine, no problem at all. It's also a good indication there's no major clogs in the head. So I sit back and wait just a couple of more minutes for the head to reach 220 degrees. Obviously I've sped this up for the video, it's much slower. But now we've arrived. The PLA is now placed in, not forced in, up to the extruder because it's not going to be pushed down yet. From the menu now, I'm going to go and hit the back button. And now I'm going to hit the right button, which will take us over to the extruder. And this will manually control the downward feeding of the filament. So I'm going to hit OK. As I push down, we can see a length of filament getting fed in over in the top right corner of the video. Showed from another angle for a clearer view, we can see the filament getting pulled in. I do this several times until clear PLA is coming out the bottom of the printhead. Hard to focus here, but we see that that's happening. Now I'll hit the back button to leave extruder mode, and then the left to go back to the printhead temperature, hitting OK. And then I'll hit the down arrow until I get down to 100 and hit OK to lock in that new temperature. It's much slower for the printhead to cool down than it is to heat up, so it'll take several minutes. But while we're waiting, we could be proactive and get ready for the next step. Monitoring the temperature as we press the right arrow to bring us back to the extruder, we hit OK. And now we'll wait right here. And what we're looking to do next is, with the gentle assistance of our fingers to pull up on the filament, we'll be pushing this up arrow to unload from the extruder the filament that's now inside the printhead. So I'm all set up now for it to hit 100 degrees and move on to the next step. We're at 100 degrees now on the screen. I grab the filament and with a very, very gentle upward pressure, I push the up arrow for the extruder to remove the filament. One at a time, I press it, moves up in increments, waiting until it's completely removed from those gears, and then I pull the entire piece out. Very gently. And now it's completely removed, having removed any particles and contaminants with it. We'll inspect it on the bench. You could shut off your printer at this point unless you're doing another pull, which is fine. If not, lower the temperature here back down to 0, so you're not needlessly wasting electricity. If you are doing another pull, you'd be setting this temperature back up to 220 and repeating the entire process. Hard to see on camera, but we can see the filament has the shape of the inner contours of the head, having picked up any debris that melted into it during this process and then pulled out the top, cleaning out any really fine internal passages of the print head where debris could get caught, causing a serious catastrophe down the road. Also, don't forget to remove any residual filament that came through the print head during this cleaning process. If completed with all pulls, the printer will then be powered off. The PTFE tube will then be pushed back into the print head. Down to full seat, it'll automatically lock in. The fan cover will now be reinstalled. The connector only goes in one way, and the shape shows the direction with the wires pointed downward. Push straight in, it snaps right into position once perfectly aligned. Takes a bit, but there it goes. Installed. Magnets secure the cover, and that portion is now completed. If you have a glass top or any sort of top for your printer, at this point it can now be placed back on. Devise some sort of high-tech method to notify you that the next print should be closely monitored because you worked on the printer, just in case something went wrong. This will allow you to check the quality of the work that you just did, make sure that everything is flowing properly, and most importantly, if something fails, you'll be able to catch a catastrophic failure before it causes irreparable damage. I'm one of those people who always likes to watch the first layer anyway, but besides that, especially when I'm doing work on the printer, I want to make sure everything's running fine. Looks like the filament had a little moisture, but everything ran without issue, so this project was a success. If this didn't work, however, there are more comprehensive methods to unclog the printer head. It's not something I would do just to demonstrate, but if I ever needed to, I would make a video and post a link in the top right corner. Also, maybe replacing the head itself, which is in and of itself its own video. And I would post a link in the top right corner as well as in the comments section below. But that's for another time. And that concludes this video of the cold pull method to clean the printer head of the Bambulab's P1S P1P printer. I hope you found this video enjoyable, entertaining, and informative. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below, helps me out a lot when you do, and hit that subscribe button to be informed of more videos like this when they come out. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.
Would you like to reply?